Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Barker here, and I'd like to tell you about classical civilization at GCSE level. You'll recall that you did classical civilization, of course, in year 8, and during that time what I was trying to do was to develop some of the skills that would be useful for you at GCSE level. So what is classical studies and who can do it? Well, what is it? It's a study of the Greeks and the Romans. And who can do it? Well, anyone can do it. So if you enjoy things like history, English, the humanities subjects, the creative subjects, then those are the sorts of things that would set you in good stead. If you've got an inquisitive mind, then all the better, because that's what classical studies is about too. It's about being inquisitive and wanting to find things out. What about the sort of nitty-gritty of what we're going to be studying? Well, the course falls into 2 parts, really. Some of the things that you did in year 8, things like myth, they play a part in what you study in year 10. And then when you're in year 11, you'll be focusing much more on Roman city life. So if you imagine that in year 10, you're looking mostly at myth and the stories that go with that, and you're learning to analyse and to evaluate and to recall, as well as being creative and imaginative as well. Whereas in year 11, what you're looking at is more the culture, how the Romans lived. Okay. What do you need to be good at? Well, I suppose the most important thing really is when you're choosing your GCSE subjects is if you've got an idea of what you want to do in the future, great. And you might be thinking, well, classical studies isn't going to help me in the future. But of course, the skills that you develop in classical studies are useful skills for all of your subjects. So learning to be observant, to be inquisitive, to analyse, to evaluate, all of these skills are useful skills. They're all skills that employers want, that course tutors want. What do you need to be good at? Well, when I asked my class this question, I said, what do you think you need to be good at classics? They just told me the things that they like about it. And they said, well, we think it's fun. So here are some of the things that they said. And mostly I have to say, they say things like it's fun. Well, it isn't always fun. Sometimes it's just downright hard work, like any other GCSE. But hopefully, if you choose the subject that you know that you've enjoyed in the past and you think you might enjoy in the future, then that really does help you when it comes to doing your homework and studying and preparing for fortnightly little tests and things that we do. And of course, the exam at the end, or 2 exams at the end. Real life people do classical studies, real life people do classical civilization. So there's some of my A-level students and some of my GCSE students. And of course, I've had people that have gone on to study at university. So they've studied classical studies or topics related to classics, so archaeology or Egyptology. They've also gone on to do things that are completely unrelated to classical studies, but they've found classical studies has enabled them to get to university. So I hope that you'll give it some consideration and I hope that you'll give it some thought. And if you have any questions, then come back to me. You know where I am in F11. That's still where I teach. So come and see me. Come and ask me some questions. I can put you in touch with other students that study classics at the moment. And I look forward to welcoming you. Okay, well, good luck with your decision making.